Mr. Thomas Spitsley, Mr. Herbert Jacobi, and Mr. Xin Jin. Yeah. Dear CEA members, friends, and distinguished guests. First, I would like to thank the In East School of Advanced Studies, the Institute of East Asian Studies, and the Confucius Institute Metropolis RUC for supporting and hosting this year's CEA annual conferences. Yeah. And I also see quite a few familiar faces here among the keynote speakers. So we are really grateful, for your support. Yeah. Professor Yuan Li, he suggested probably I should talk a little bit about the history of the CEA UK and the CEA Europe. And I think I will save the story for the AGM in the afternoon. So what I would like to talk a little bit about here is the Chinese economy. Yeah. It seems over the years, what we have been trying to promote in CEA one of the topics was the so-called China's model of economic development. Yeah. And it was, in the beginning, several years back, it was not so easy. Yeah. But looking at the conference now, and it seems we were not so wrong, right? And I'm also really impressed by the organizer here in Duisburg. Yeah. Anyway, regarding China's economic development, very often I would like to start to say China's enormous success in social economic development during the recent decades continues to change the landscape of the world economy, as we have already predicted. Yeah. And sustained economic growth in China is being increasingly associated with well-beings of other nations in policy discussions. Yeah. There are lots of positive expectations. Yeah. There were also worries, as Marcus mentioned before. Yeah. And China played an important role in combating the financial crisis and the subsequent global economic recession. Yeah. Everybody has seen that, right? Yeah. I remember when the CEA Europe was launched in Oslo, and there was a debate about whether China will play an important role in combating the financial crisis. But now it's a reality. Yeah. International observers now consider China as one of the engines for future economic recovery across countries, in spite of its relative slowdowns in the economy. Yeah, some observers would even went further regarding China as the only engine. Yeah. So China's success has attracted attentions from scholars and policy makers to its model of economic development. Yeah. It appears that China's practice, according to our study at least, contains important elements that were not informed by conventional theories on economic development. Yeah. Professor Yifu Lin has recently made a very important contribution in this aspect. Yeah. Explorations on China's experience as alternative paradigms are on the rise. as developed countries in Europe, in the US, are facing unprecedented social and economic challenges nowadays. Yeah, it's all in the news, so it cannot be ignored, right? So while progress in China has brought numerous opportunities for developing and developed countries alike, joint international efforts are still required to further extract benefits from China's integration into the world economy. Yeah. We people at the CEA, we do recommend, to work with China. So China, on the other hand, is gradually establishing its leadership role in global public goods provision in several important strategic areas. Examples include the establishment of the BRICS Development Bank and the AIIB. There's a story about AIIB, it's very interesting, right? Yeah. And also the internationalization of renminbi and the Belt and the Road Initiative. So this conference is to encourage discussions on those issues. Yeah. And so this conference is the 5th conference ever hosted by a European country since the launch of the CEA Europe in Oslo in 2008 by CEA UK. So the conference is also very impressive in the sense that it has received 200 submissions, paper submissions. And so there are lots of opportunities, for participants to engage with subject experts during the conference. So I hope, or my expectation is that this conference will be remembered as one of the important steps in the development of the CEA. So please enjoy the conference. Thank you very much.